So this past week I spent making a song to soundtrack a trip I did out to Hornby Island with my partner, recorded a bunch of random samples with my Zoom recorder. Yeah, just went full nerd on that. Yeah, eventually came upon some that inspired me as a jumping off point. So I'll show you how I use that to start a song and what the final result was. So here we go. All right, so yeah, going through all the samples that I collected, the one that stood out to me was some shells that were just moving around. It had some really good texture to it. I just decided, oh, that would be a kind of cool texture to start the song with. So I added just a bunch of reverb to get a nice atmospheric start to the song. So yeah, super ambient. That was a sample. Just to start adding some sort of direction for the song, I decided I would pick up my acoustic guitar and fiddle around and make a chord progression. I laid those down. I put a lot of different panning and a lot of effects, so it kind of fades from your right ear to over to the left. A ton of reverb on that as well. There's a lot of space at the beginning of the track, so reverb is totally fine. I use that to kind of arrange the song out. I copied it to come in later, but then I made it mono and even more lo-fi, and I EQ'd a ton out of it. So it's pretty much just like that telephone kind of sound. So it gives a lot more space when more elements come in later in the track. You can totally hear some of my breathing in the recording, but I thought that was kind of cool. Added more intimacy to it. Imperfections are fun. So then I just took bits of the chords, chopped them up, reversed them to create acoustic swells. I have it sending to a Echo Boy Jr. ping pong delay. Gives a nice width. And then I used that same reverse swell and just pitch shifted them different. Creates extra harmony in the chorus. And then yeah, I just recorded some plucking acoustic guitar. Started with just kick and snare to kind of get the vibe going with it. Farther along in the track, when I bring the hi-hat in for the build and the way bigger outro, I used a hi-hat loop that I chopped up to make my own, so it would fit into the context of my kick and snare and the context of the rhythm of the song. It kind of was a bit too choppy, so I added a eighth note delay, so it just kind of has a more consistent eighth note hi-hat feel. Sounds really busy and kind of messy by itself, but in the context of the mix it has the energy I was looking for. I find the way to have your own unique sound is to just layer samples in a way that sounds good to you. If you are just using samples by themselves, it's totally fine, but it's going to just be a sample that anyone can use. Once you start layering, there's way too many possibilities. You're going to come up with your own sounds. Bass groove was pretty simple, basically just a 4-bar loop, and I just bring it in when I want. So yeah, after I built up the rhythm and the arrangement, I just wanted to supplement the acoustic chords with some synth. So after tinkering around, this is what I came up with. And then I took the whole track, duplicated it to this one, pitch shifted up 7 semitones, just an easy harmony. Gives it a brightness to it, so I just kind of tucked that in. So altogether, it just makes a way fuller synth sound. Also, just for some character that adds analog vibe, I just like to add some vinyl crackle as well. Add digital vinyl, and then you got analog flavor. I don't know if that's how that works. That's most of the elements. It's basically acoustic guitar, synth, drums and bass, and just using the acoustic guitar for just different atmospheres. The only thing that was missing was a little bridge before the build. So what I did, I quickly just sampled my voice, and then I just used it for like a nice ambient melody. Yeah, so those are all the elements. Feel free to say hi below in the comments if any of this inspires you. I'd love to hear. So yeah, to finish this off, I'll play you out, show you what I made in the past week. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on next video. Bye.